Alright, y'all, welcome back to another rendition of the Cozy Podcast. Here, my man, I'm Messiah, my co host. And today we got a special guest on the podcast. Our girl is Sasha right here, you feel me? So, to start it off, let the people know a little bit about yourself, what you get into and everything.
Alright, so my name is Sasha. I just recently graduated from ANC in December with my degree in mass communications, mass media production. And, I don't know, I really just be chilling.
That's it?
Yeah, for real. I'm just chilling right now, you know.
What you plan on doing with your degree?
So, I really got, like, a passion for editing and also, like, creative directing. So, my end goal, or hopefully soon, I want to be, like, maybe, like, editing or directing commercials for, like, big companies, like, daily consumer products. I don't know. But that's kind of, like, the path I'm trying to take right now. In that, like, mass media production field, you know?
So, what got you inspired to doing all of that?
I kind of always been into, like, directing shit and, like, editing shit. Even when I was younger, I remember on, like, YouTube, it was this little community and people would make, like, music videos to old songs and stuff, like, basically remake their own music video. And I remember me and my sisters, I was, like, filming them and I edited up a little music video. So it's just, like, I've been on that type time. But as I got older, I kind of figured out exactly what niche I wanted to do in it, which is, like, commercials and advertising and marketing and stuff. So, yeah.
Or is anybody that you really like were inspired by that you took heed from as far as creative vision? It don't gotta be like, anybody big time. It could be anybody.
Facts. Honestly, I be fucking with like local brands. Not to say I'm inspired, but it's just like I really appreciate seeing local brands kind of bring their own vision to life. And Tyler Perry, even though he wild, cause he always make like movies to black women trauma, that shit weird. But I kind of fuck with how he built the empire off of his visions and just like the different things he does and how he has his own studios and multiple type of movies can get filmed there, not just like regular black people movies. It could be like sci-fi, it could be action. I fuck with that. Like he stood by his vision.
So how you feel about, you said that you don't fuck with the depiction that he be putting out there of certain characters. So how you feel about, there's certain images that Hollywood put out there of, black people?
That should just be so stereotypical, and I don't really like it. Like, it's not even just Tyler Perry. I don't know if y'all be noticing, but like on Netflix, how like whenever it's like a black storyline, it always got something to do with the police, like police brutality and shit. And while I definitely feel like that's a big thing that we struggle from in the black community today, every time we turn on our TVs, we don't want to see that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so what's the type of imagery you trying to push out there?
I don't know, to each his own, but more positive about us. Like, we not just all in the streets, not a movie about a black man going to jail and then getting out and trying to survive on the streets. I don't know, like, just more positive stuff, but to each his own.
You got any questions so far, bro?
Yeah, what's more positive?
What do you mean what's more positive?
When you said more positive.
Specific examples? Maybe how creative black people are, how talented black people are. I like seeing movies about famous black athletes and, famous figures in the black community. Like that movie with Taraji P. Henson. What is that? Like Hidden Figures? But she be doing like math for NASA and shit. Like, I like those type of movies, that kind of highlight the stuff that we did.
So you're trying to make not make, but you're more into like the history of everything,
Yeah, I'm more so into the history. I like seeing the good stuff about us. It'd be inspiring. Those type of movies I like to see.
So, but even though like those movies were inspiring, you feel me? What about the times that we living in now and like the the correlation to what's going on now isn't necessarily always, transparent with those situations back then. So it's gonna be hard for certain people to relate and like learn the lessons that they need to learn from those type of movies. So as far as that go, like, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I don't be seeing too many movies that really, talk about shit that's really going on today, unless it's like some shit that you said, like with the cops involved and shit like that. It's few shows, like they have Abbott Elementary, but that's
show.
like one out of,
I love that show.
How many shows in a while that just has like a regular cast of, black people. And it's not like stereotypical. It's just like regular
that's what I'm
shit.
Saying. Yeah, that's why I really like Abbott Elementary. That show is funny. It's well directed, and honestly, I think her name is Quinta. Is Quinta Brown or some shit? I'm inspired by her too. I give her props. Like, that's cool. She wrote the whole show and directed it and is in it, and she came up for making like memes on Twitter and stuff. So I give her props, and the show is really good. It's so funny. I like that because it's like The Office but a black version. Like, that's satire comedy. I like that.
Alright, who else you fuck with in the industry as far as like producing and everything?
Production. I like Taraji P. Henson. I really like Viola Davis. She's a good actress. I can't really name like producers and like filmmakers off the top of my head because they be in the credits and stuff. But I can name actresses. And Viola Davis is a very good actress. So I fuck with her.
What movies was she in? Who's that?
Viola, she was in like How to Get Away with Murder. She coming out with that new movie with Michelle, playing Michelle Obama. Viola Davis, you never heard that? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
she was in Fences.
She was in The Help. What do you be watching?
I'm not familiar with any of that.
Nah, yeah.
For real.
Who is that?
She an actress. That show How to Get Away with Murder, or you heard about it?
I never watched it though.
Nah, yeah, I ain't watch it either. I just see shit on Twitter about it.
What other more popular movies
you saying she was in? The Help was a popular movie.
You seen that movie Fences with Denzel when he was like an angry ass father?
Nah.
I don't know too many Viola Davis movies.
I mean, I just named like the big ones that are current time. She's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, look her up. You won't remember her face when you see it. You don't know who we talking about. But yeah, she's a good actress.
I knew it was this.
Yeah, like. I'm weak.
She was in something bigger than that. I knew it was.
So what else does it say she was in?
I feel like I seen her. Oh, Law Abiding Citizen. That's what I seen her on.
Oh yeah, she was in it.
Word. Medea Goes to Jail.
She was in that too. Medea told her.
She was in that? What the fuck?
Yeah, for like a little bit. She was like that. Yeah. What was her role though?
I don't know.
She was like the judge.
She always play that.
Speaking of Tyler Perry though, you watched that show, what's that shit we was watching, bro, that other day?
Ruthless.
Yeah, Ruthless. You seen that shit? Nah.
That shit corny.
That shit.
What is it about? But it's about Tyler Perry?
Nah, he not in it. He just got a show out with a bunch of wild shit.
What is it?
It's when we cut it on, a nigga had a gun to another guy's head and his ex-wife. I guess she cheated on him with the new guy. And
it was just one of them Tyler Perry.
Yeah, you know how Tyler Perry get down.
Yeah.
You know how he get down.
Yeah, I already know how he get down.
Nah, but for real, like you plan on making films and like producing shit that like could put us in a positive light. Like, what type of ideas have you had that you want to get out there?
Well, I already said just reflecting on our history, and I like how now they're trying to kind of like incorporate black children into like superhero movies, so like Raising Dion or like Black Lightning when it's showing like black people being like the superheroes. I like how they trying to do that. So that's a good example of some ways that we can kind of make movies, I mean, not necessarily positive, but kind of just portray black people in a different like as superheroes, like not just the other stuff that they be doing. But I don't really have no like, I guess, ideas. That's a good question. I guess I should think of some since I want to see change. But yeah, that's how I like how you doing.
Outside of like filmmaking and shit, like what else you know are interested in or trying to use to make a positive impact on people around you and shit?
Well, I really am a big advocate for like mental health and stuff, and I don't know. I want to get more involved in like organizations that kind of promote that shit and like support different causes. Because that's another thing I feel like in the black community, mental health is very overlooked, and I'm a really, really, really big advocate for trying to get that like that stigma removed from it and just bringing more things to light.
Why you feel like it's overlooked?
Because how society has always painted us to be like stronger and just like be able to endure more stuff, and even the ideals that we have within our community that like teach us like our black men, they gotta be strong, like they gotta take stuff, like when they see like 5 friends die in the span of a year, that's supposed to be normal for them, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't grieve, they can't be depressed about that shit. Not that they can't, but like, you know, in their minds just like life keep going, like it is what it is. Like, but nah, it's like you're really supposed to feel every emotion that happens to you. And so that's why I feel like that shit is definitely way overlooked, and I feel like I want to see more of that being talked about and more platforms for people to kind of like share their stories and bring awareness.
Yeah. So, what are you trying to do hands-on though? Like, what do you feel like can be done? Or what do you feel like needs to be done? Like, you know, what ideas and thoughts need to be implemented into the community for people to start seeing a change for real?
I feel like, for one, somehow we need to incorporate like counseling services to like black people health plans. Like somehow, like for example, say if like you go to the hospital because you get shot, I feel like some shit in your insurance to say after that you can get like a therapist that come and like talk to you and stuff as you're healing, stuff like that. Like just different ways we can kind of like implement more. You know.
Is the system the problem?
Is the system the problem? The system plays a part. It's a system. It's, like I said, this stuff that we've adapted as we've like just gone on. It's a lot. It's going to take a lot. But yeah, the system is definitely plays a part. Because the system brings trauma. And the system be normalizing certain stuff. So, yeah.
Do you feel like...
Sorry, I'm shivering.
You feel like something better than that?
What you mean?
I personally feel like the only way things are going to get better is if quote unquote black people do their own part and make it better themselves. Like I was asking, is the system the problem? Because like I don't think the system is the problem, because I think it's a system for a reason. It's not meant to work in anybody's favor. So I think once folks start doing stuff on their own, then, you know what I'm saying, work out like you said, something about therapists. Until people open up, buy property and open up their own hospitals and do things on their own independently, then it'll get better for their people. But as like a whole, sadly, I don't think it'll work like that, simply because it's not meant to work like that. So it's like, yeah.
So you feel like the system is just like it's just a general form of consequence. Like you don't feel like it's geared to target one race over that.
Oh, it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't think like it's gonna work. Like when
right.
people,
So the system the problem if it's geared.
Yeah, that's
to
what I'm
race.
saying. But it's not meant to work in our favor at the same time.
Right,
so it's like it's just there. So like it's not really an issue. What I'm saying is it's time to look past it. Is what I'm saying, because it's like once you know better, you do better. And that's the whole point now that we have to do, is do better since we know better. So you can't really keep faith in people that's keeping us down or that you feel like is keeping you down per se. So I mean to say like it ain't nothing wrong with learning from them and doing stuff from them, because at the same time I don't feel like right now in this day and age we got a better option than the system that's already set in place. Like we like to eat, we like to go to the supermarket and get food and all that. Without this system in place right now, it wouldn't be like that. We would have to possibly still go out and get our own food and do certain things like that. So the whole system and everything, rent being so high and all of that, that's what it comes with it. Everything that we like about life and don't like about life, it come with the system. So the shit that we don't like, we're gonna have to do our own thing and replace it. And even if that means leaving behind the stuff that we do like going to see basketball games and stuff like that, because that all plays a part in everything that they doing. They have their hands into everything, and who is really even they? You know what I'm saying? So really everything is already controlled, everything's already put in place. So, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that we want to see a change in, we're going to have to be the ones to do that in our own reality for our own peoples first, before we worry about it on a bigger scheme of things, because not everybody see everything the same way, right? Some people might feel like they have to become a doctor become a doctor and then work at a certain hospital to become a certain change, when you can just become a doctor and then do your own shit, open up your own thing and do it that way. But I mean, like you said, like I'm saying, to each his own, you know what I'm saying, whatever someone feels like is gonna work, then they, you know what I'm saying, it'll work in their own reality. But I feel like, to be honest, ain't nothing really gonna change for real until we detach from what is really keeping us down. And it's gonna be hard to do that, because even YouTube, we use YouTube for a lot of stuff, but all that stuff is a part of the quote unquote system that everybody, you know what I'm saying, don't like to associate with or whatever. And I was gonna ask, like, even with movies, do you feel like movies are important? Because if so, that's part of this system that we under. They come out with these movies, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think the system is necessarily entirely wrong, but they know what they're doing, because we don't benefit from it at all, not whatsoever. But in 2022, no one's really holding us back no more. There's niggas doing everything. There's niggas that could do more than white people today. So really it's like, you know what I'm saying, we moving into a whole nother age, you know what I'm saying, age of Pisces, age of knowing and everything. So, or yeah, you know what I'm saying, or is it Aquarius? Man, either way, you know, you just gotta do things on your own for real. And movies, I was gonna say, they come out with movies that hint at certain things that's going on.
Just not real. Like, how are they gonna just say that daylight savings, they're just gonna stop doing that?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
Like, how are y'all just gonna say that?
I don't know.
Like, that's how you know time is fake. Y'all did, like, what? Y'all just gonna stop rewinding time. Like, what?
How you feel about time? You said it's fake, but
yeah, it's fake. They had to invent time so they could have some, like, order and structure. But time is really an illusion, because like I said, how y'all just gonna stop daylight savings, like rewinding time, going back forward? Like, this shit is all controlled. Like,
but we get older though.
Yeah, but I'm saying the increment, the measurements they put on time is just our own measurements. Cause like, just like when you go to space and like light years is like not equivalent to like years down here and shit. Like, I don't know. It's just all a made up thing. Everybody makes their own like timeline, I guess you could say. Like,
everybody time is from their own perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, I see what you were saying. That light year shit is crazy though.
Yeah,
because like they be saying the stars is light years away, but like if you see that star right there in that spot, and if you was to try to go there, that star not gonna be there because it's like light years away and
like,
it's just move and everything. So
yeah, so what you think that means?
I don't know. Like I said, it just means shit is made up.
Is it? They consider celebrities stars.
And what about that? They consider celebrities stars.
And stars are above us, and celebrities are considered to be above us. So are they just stars? They're much more than stars. Much more than stars. And I think that our brain is just telling us that they're right there at nighttime. Because during daytime we don't see it until the moon come out.
So you don't think they're really there?
No. I think that they're there, but they're not really there at the same time. I think our brain is just signaling us, telling us where we come from, that we come from above. That's why I think they have stories and mythologies about the stars to let us know what was going on before we fell.
Facts.
That's just what I think about the whole thing, or where I've been coming to a conclusion about it. I could be wrong, I could be right, but I got a lot more to learn about it. But it make a little bit of sense. And when you the way we draw stars on paper is us standing out with our arms out, legs out. So it's almost the same thing.
Yeah,
but then they say that stars is just nothing but gas.
Right, like a ball of energy.
Man, we are made up of energy too.
Yeah, like we're just things inside of like shells.
And on the other podcast yesterday, I was telling one of the girls that the sun has plasma, lets off plasma, and our blood has plasma in it too.
That's why I believe in like horoscopes and stuff and like astrology, because it makes sense that we're somehow controlled by the alignment of like the stars. Like that's definitely why I definitely believe in astrology.
So you think shit is planned out based off of the stars and like?
It really could be though, because you know how like when we going through retrograde and everybody be acting a certain way because of the position of like the earth and like all that shit. So yeah, I definitely think it could be controlled like that.
Those are the gods.
Yeah.
And that's what we gotta break away from. That's why it's good to know astrology so you can study it, so you can have control over the planets instead of them controlling you ultimately.
Nah, I agree though. Like, you gotta align yourself. You gotta like break free from like I know what you're saying. Like I know exactly what you're saying. Like,
cause you know some people be like, oh, I'm moody right now, or I'm always moody because this is in my sixth house placements, and it's that and the third. You're supposed to have domain over those, you know what I'm saying, and you control them ultimately. All of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a mindset thing. People gotta be strong in their mind though to kind of be able to see shit like that. Like, to the average person, they are not gonna be able to like think even that deep. Like, they only gonna believe what they was taught, and they not gonna be able to like really pick their brain for like shit like that. So,
and that's what I mean about the system. Like I learned that through the system from Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. But then I also learned stuff in school through the system as well. So
you just gotta use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I feel like it's everything out there. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's about understanding and knowing what you better get yourself into, and knowing how to, maneuver. And like I said, use it to your advantage. So, how you think all of that shit play out in your everyday life? You feel me? Like, all the knowledge and shit that you learn.
It allows me to be in control of certain stuff. It allows me to be in control of what I attract. And, yeah, like, any situation that happened to me, it allows me to be able to like see it from a different perspective than just like from the regular eye. Like how like sometimes how they say this is like everybody should believe this. How like sometimes when shit don't work out, it's like protecting you from something. Like I don't know, I believe in that type of stuff. Like yeah, it just allows you to be able to see it. Like for some people, they take an L and it's just like the end of the world. Like why me? Like. But if you're able to look at it from like a deeper level, you're just like, like I wasn't aligned for that yet, or that shit wasn't meant for me because something bad in the end was gonna come out of you for me. Like I don't know. So I mean, to have control.
Okay. So do you believe in free will at all?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Say like being at like the stars and everything, you believe that like shit is already planned out, in the stars and beyond what we could see. How's your perspective on free will and how that plays a part in that realm?
I feel like everybody has free will, but it can definitely be manipulated. But if someone tries to manipulate your free will, they're gonna attract bad shit on themselves. So that's why I feel like even sometimes the higher ups, how like bad shit be happening to them too, because they be trying to manipulate our free will. But I definitely do think that's a real thing.
But do you think everybody has a certain path? Like, you know how some people say they have deja vu, and they feel like they relived this shit already.
Yeah.
So like, you think everybody just has a certain path, and like the free will, just like we have to learn the balance of the free will and the path, or like, what's your perspective?
I haven't really like took a stance on that yet, because I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to like wrap my head around how I feel about that. So I haven't really took a stance on the balance between free will and if like your life is already like planned out for you. I don't know that shit, because it's conflicting. I don't know. Like I don't know.
I was gonna say, if someone has free will already and their life is already planned out, wouldn't that free will be them already playing out their scripted life?
I feel like it would cancel it out, because if you have free will but you have a life that's already planned, is that really free will?
But I'm saying though, you know, people who died too early or whatever, and I'm saying the way that they went about life already, was it not? And when you look at certain details of how it played out, and you could say, okay, if that was already quote unquote scripted, I'm saying that wouldn't be them having free will because they lived their life however they already wanted to, but they don't know it's that deep already. But when someone asks them, oh, why you living like that, they'll tell you, because I can, or because this, that, and the third, my circumstances, or whatever the case might be. So I'm saying, you know, some people might say our life is already fixed in the stars already. So the way we move about certain situations is because of our placements, or this, that, and the third. So wouldn't that a little bit be us using our free will to live our life already, even though it's already scripted? The way we already move is already scripted. We just going along with it without really knowing.
Making decisions. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. The two, they can kind of work together.
Like, I know some people start to find out about, like, when, you know what I'm saying, when is the right time to do certain things, depending on their you know what I'm saying, their placements and shit. So some people might do homework at 2 a.m. because they know that's the best time for them to do homework and certain things like that. So I'm saying, I feel like once you have more control over it, like you were saying, then you have more free will than before. And I don't think you can really do whatever you want at the same time. I really don't think you can.
No, you can't.
Because then we wouldn't be having deja vu and shit like that if we could really do whatever we wanted to. And there's cause and effect. So you can't really do.
Cause and effect,
I mean, you can, but then there's gonna be something else that comes because of whatever you did. So
yeah. I mean, I think we're on the same page with that. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Well, so how you feel about life overall, though?
I really, because I be getting deep thinking about it, so I try not to like think about it, but life is just crazy. I don't know. That's all I can say. That shit gets super, super, super deep. So
you might as well explain it.
I know, but like, life is just crazy. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say.
Is this real?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what, like that. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like.
So yeah. So what if this physical is not real? What do you think is real?
Well, I definitely believe it's different realms. You know, I believe in God. So I definitely believe, like, yeah, it's real. Like, for us, like, this is our reality. So of course it's real, but it's definitely other dimensions and realms and portals and all that stuff. Like, I definitely feel like it's a lot of different things going on.
So that God you believe in is only for Earth?
No, it's not.
Oh, so you're saying you believe in a universe, a different type? So you believe in a different God than the God in Genesis?
Like,
because that God in Genesis
is considered idolaboth. That's considered the demiurge. That's considered the God that feeds off of us stressing and keeping us down here, keeping us confused and all that. I mean, obviously do your own research, but it's in Norse mythology. I believe you can find out more about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I don't want to say I believe in.
Nah, I believe in a God that's bigger than Earth. Nah, I definitely.
So what's your perspective on God? What is God? You feel me?
Yeah.
Because if you saying what is...
It's the ultimate, I guess the ultimate being, like the ultimate state of mind, the ultimate, like, I don't know.
State of mind.
Yeah, you
So
feel
what is a
me?
dog?
Like, so what is a dog?
Yeah.
It's
It's
an
God
animal.
backwards is dog.
Oh, it's an animal.
So you don't correlate
So I see what you're saying. So you feel like...
because Sirius is the god is the god star, the dog star, Sirius.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius, the star, is considered the dog star.
Oh, it's considered a dog star?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
fine.
Like, there's a correlation between the two.
Yes.
And a dog is considered man's best friend, and man is God on earth. Like Jesus told the Pharisees,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying it's a
It's a
so it is
correlation.
God. Yeah.
That's
That's why I'm saying the stars are definitely where we come from. So if Sirius is considered a God dog star, clearly has a correlation to us,
Yeah, and that's why we're controlled by the placements of the stars and shit. It all intertwines. That's why it's like a matrix. Like
So you think these other realms and stuff that you speak of? Because I know in the Kabbalah, Earth is considered Malkuth, the lowest realm.
Yeah, it is like hell.
Yeah.
Like,
So you think what do you feel like life has to offer on the other realms? You think we'll be doing stuff like this, like be able to, or you think it's going to be say? Because I think right now, Earth gives you a little bit of everything. Like you get a taste of not a little bit of everything, but like you get to do stuff that other people or other beings necessarily wouldn't want to do or wouldn't have to do. So like us being able to have a certain sense of smell,
taste,
and be able to taste,
feel,
or you know what I'm saying?
stuff, yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily probably have to worry about any of that on the other realms.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
much higher.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I think we gas this up a lot. Well, I'm not saying it's wrong that we do because we here, but I
we
think
here. We
that,
gotta make it like.
it keeps us a little bit down.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why people get deja vu and all of that. But you can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? When you have it, but you be knowing that you went through it already.
Yeah, like
exactly.
I've been here.
Moment.
Yeah, like
a quick little 5 seconds. You be like, oh damn, I was here before.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? So
that's like the little sneak peeks, and that's how you say why you say life offers you kind of like different like little like how people might have paranormal experiences, or like how people might have like loved ones visit them in their dreams. Like that happened to me before. Like that's a little glimpse of this shit.
So how you feel about dreams then? How
Dreams?
you feel like, because if you other realms are out there, so do you feel like dreams like play a part in what we may see on like other sides of other realms? Or
I do, and I think that dreams is like a good portal for like other things and other realms and other like spiritual shit to kind of manifest through for people who are ready for that, and people who like have the ability to like understand that. But yeah, dreams I think plays a part. Just like lucid dreaming, how you can be asleep but you can be like out your body and like know you're sleeping. Like we get sleep paralysis, like I get that shit a lot, and it's like I know I'm sleeping but I'm like I'm nobody, I'm just like I'm asleep. Like I just like wake myself up, like that shit crazy. It's cool. Yeah.
You feeling like you about to cross over?
Nah, fuck no. That's more like if you feel it die, I think. I don't know. But
Nah, but that shit seem like it's close to death though. You can't feel your body. You just out your body. That's your soul and shit.
Yeah, that's just like being able to acknowledge your like
because at the end of the day, like our spirit don't die.
It don't.
It's
it
just
never
the body.
Did. Yeah,
so
it's
like
just our physical carcass, whatever, in our flesh. Like.
So with that being said, you feel like how you feel like the afterlife is. You feel like that shit is what you make it in your head, or you feel like what's your perspective on that with the whole like?
Man, I really can't speak on the afterlife because I don't know. I haven't been there, and I don't think I've had close enough experiences to really even get a good understanding. I'm gonna just see what's up with it when I'm there. Cause I really don't know.
What type of mark you trying to leave? You feel me on the world by the time you go?
I just hope I touched a lot of people in a positive way to make them think deeper about stuff, like I said, mental health stuff. I don't know. I just hope I'm remember. I don't know. I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Nah, I'm saying though, like, you don't got nothing that you want to do,
like before I want to establish a legacy, but I haven't figured out that type. But I want to establish something.
You feel like you know your life purpose?
I feel like I know one of my purposes, but I feel like people can have multiple, and they could be on bigger or smaller scales. Like just little purposes. Like I feel like I'm a good listener to people, and my purpose could be like to just listen to people and be able to like feed them with like stuff that they might need when they're weak. But I haven't figured out all my purposes yet. Shit, I got some time. We'll see. I'm open to other stuff. Y'all know y'all purposes?
Shit.
I don't know. I don't know. No purpose.
Nah.
I honestly don't feel like I have a purpose here. There's a reason why I'm here.
Nah, I feel like my purpose, real shit, so far, what I realized is that one of my purposes, if not my main purpose, is to bring people together, or at least, you know, try to bring the best out of people, you know, while I'm here. So.
Yeah, see, that could just be one of your purposes, though. But yeah, that's definitely a purpose. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to learn. I just like to learn. So I'm here to learn, so I won't have to come back.
Real shit, I ain't trying to come back either. When I pass on, I'm trying to keep moving forward. You believe that people can come back here?
If we have a deja vu, we definitely coming back.
But I'm saying though, like,
More than once.
you feel like we come back in the same, like.
Nah. I think it's a whole different. I was looking under something and I seen someone say something on Twitter. They was talking about like reincarnation seems like hell. Keep coming back here, come back here, and then someone was like, "Damn." They said something like, lots of times, or how they feel is, if you keep coming back, you possibly come back in a better or worse situation than you were initially when you were here at first. So I don't want to take no chances of being born in a third world country, going through no wild ass shit.
Facts.
So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I got enough knowledge to pass on forward. Because clearly there's something in desires too. Desires is probably one thing that keep us coming back or whatever. Because there's definitely a reason why we feel deja vu. And they came up with a whole movie about it. And it's called Deja Vu with Denzel Washington.
I need to watch it.
Word.
Yeah, it's a few movies.
And there's a whole lot of movies like Truman Show, those Marvel shits,
Matrix,
a whole lot of other shit that just show you that it's much more than this. And this
Sorry to bother you.
And there's what you can read too, holographic universe, cyclomancy, and a whole bunch of other stuff that let you know what I'm saying, about what's going on and how to operate, you know, and how to get those answers that you be asking yourself and that you just don't be.
Yeah, all that information is out there. It's just about taking it upon yourself to really go seek it. You know, that's all it is. You got any final remarks you want to let the people know before you get out?
No, I really can just say I really enjoyed this conversation with you guys. That was very. I like when I can like talk to people on a deeper level, and y'all even deeper than me, and I fuck with that because y'all was like telling me some shit and it makes sense, and I can be receptive to it because I'm there. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I enjoyed this little session or whatever.
Well, yeah, appreciate you coming on here. Hopefully we get you on another episode in the future, you feel me?
Facts.
Let them know where they can follow you at, you feel me?
You can follow me on Instagram at Sasha.xb. That's about it, because my Twitter, I just be talking, like, that's just my little Twitter. But yeah, that's it.
Or you got any business moves or any, like, you know, anything that you got planned in the future?
Well, I'm rebranding. Not even rebranding. Let me not even, like, I'm taking a break from that shit, from, like, selling cosmetics and shit. Maybe I might get back into it. But as of right now, no. I'm just chilling.
How come?
how come I'm taking a break, or how come I'm taking a break because honestly, I know this is gonna sound very backwards, but I was like overwhelmed with like the amount of like orders I was receiving and like the amount of like, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds crazy, like people wouldn't understand me, but I was just overwhelmed. So I just gotta kind of like,
You need a team.
yeah, type shit though, like type shit. So it's just like, I don't know, like
not trying to help you, or they not built for it.
That's a good question.
Or you just independent.
I mean,
they really want to seek out for help.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not gonna even say that, but I'm more of a person when I get overwhelmed, and I'm working on this. Is like a very bad trait to have. But when I get overwhelmed, I just kind of like, I'm like, nah, fuck it, like hold up, and I just put everything to a halt. And then when I feel like I'm in a better position to like do it again, that's when I do it. It's not good though. It's not a good thing. I need to work on that. So yeah, that's why I had to take a little break. 2020? I started during 2020. And like I said, even though like I done did it for a short amount of time, like it might have, from like the followers, it might not even look like I was getting shit. I was packing shit every night, and I was just like,
what type of cosmetics you be selling?
It was lip gloss, eyeliner, and like lotion, like body butter.
You made it?
Yeah, well the lip gloss I made, and then I had a manufacturer for the body butter, like a vendor, you would say. But the thing I really enjoyed about it was making the graphics for my page. That's another thing though. So like, even though I stopped that shit, that's not an L, because that showed me I really like doing like marketing and advertising and like commercials. And so I really love doing the photography and like the aesthetics for my Instagram, or like my like little things I had. No, not freehand. Not freehand, but I know how to like, I know how to do computer work.
Word.
Yeah.
I think my little sister be making lip gloss too. She be making like soap, stuff like that too.
See, and it's a lot you can do with it. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna start back on some in a more when I'm ready, when I'm able to stretch myself in all them different directions.
So that's stuff that girls really use, like on a regular type shit.
Lip gloss, lotion that smells good. Yeah, like I mean, I wasn't selling like foundation and shit. No offense to nobody who wear foundation, but I was just selling like the essentials. Like I got lip gloss right now. Like I have a lip gloss. I always need lip gloss. So
you just start to just start busting down the stuff that you use on the regular, that you know.
Type. Yeah. Like I'm just like.
That's bad.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I was sitting there, because the thing is, I will always lose my lip gloss, and I'll be like, fuck, I do not have no lip gloss. And it's like, I make lip gloss, like I know other people would like go to that. And then like, even for example, I had these like tubes, because like when you be at parties, you know, you put lip gloss on and shit throughout the party, but it'd be dark, so I had like a tube, and I had a mirror on the side twisted. It had an LED light, so when you like putting the lip gloss on, you could look in the mirror. Well, no, I discovered it. I like found somebody who made them type shits, but I ain't designed it. But I'm just like, it's a need for that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying you might as well, you know what I'm saying?
Try to get back on your hustle.
I am.
Come back on the podcast when you got your grand pack popping.
Right.
You might as well sell lashes with the eyeliner.
Yeah, I had a bundle.
Let
me see. Where's my phone? I don't know what. Yeah, I used to have lashes though, but I had a bundle. It was like lip gloss, lotion, eyeliner, like, you know, your little summer.
And those little clear bags, that like you keep the pencils in.
Nah, I didn't even have it bundled up like that. I had like little like Joshua bags. I wanted boxes, but that shit was expensive. Gotta work your way up the boxes, but yeah.
Hopefully, you feel me? Niggas get them, you know, your brand up and popping. Niggas can see you grow for real with that shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, all your other future endeavors along the way. You feel me?
Appreciate
but
that.
Yeah, like I appreciate you coming on the podcast, you know, and fucking with the brand first and foremost, you feel me? Make sure y'all subscribe, you feel me, and follow us on the gram, Cozy Candids and everything. Make sure y'all follow Sasha on the gram, you feel me?
Yeah.
And you feel me, we're gonna catch you on next week's episode.
I also don't
Yo.